Hi there and welcome back to Japan, where we're checking out Little GLEE Monster's new release, and that is never a small thing to say. See, Little GLEE Monster are as near to a household name as Japanese girl groups from the last 10 years come. A beloved powerhouse of chart-smashing songs who have only lost one member in over 7 years, and you try saying that for most girl groups. But my dear critical music fans, I imagine you twiddling your thumbs and asking, should we expect anything good from a chart-friendly, wholesome group when our usual fare here on this channel is instrument-wielding bands or the alt-idol groups hell-bent on being as weird as possible? And my answer is simply yes. See, there is a reason these groups fill stadiums and are beloved on radio. Radio-friendly groups like, say, Perfume, Little GLEE Monster, or even AKB centre on releasing wide, appealing songs that speak to the masses whilst trying to avoid slipping into generic common denominator territory, which is a simple mirror to how alt-idol groups like, say, Bish, Passcode, or BIS try to challenge the listener and find niche tastes whilst themselves trying to avoid slipping into self-indulgent shock value territory. It's a difficult balance that if you actually want to be a genuine music group in either of those valid areas, you really have to get right. We can all think of bad versions on both sides, be it AKB diving into cuteness over substance, or when whack artists lean more into stunts than entertainment, through music at least. Although the line may be subjective on both sides, it's effectively about when style takes over from substance, or musical trends overtake good songwriting, or when attempted tricks for profit get in the way of artistry. Although I may not be the most versed Little GLEE Monster commentator, my experience with the industry they're in makes me think that their success is more a product of strong vocals, endearing melodies and energy than simply being a surface value idol group. One listen to their singing and you know they spend more time practicing scales than choreography and hair and makeup, and well, that's endearing enough to start with. This latest offering,君といれば, I hope I pronounced that right, goes down that said route. Starting as a simple ballad with something of a bridge over troubled water vibe, it relies pretty much solely on its singer's smooth and soulful vocal delivery at the beginning and the good balance between their voices and that engagingly, endearingly written melody that may not challenge the listener but instead welcomes you to an easy and pleasant ride. Now, visually, the sentimental tone is nicely backed up by a slow, performance-based video interspersed with pictures and footage that appear to be from the group's time together in the past. The emotion is beautifully projected in a simple and direct way, therefore. I must say, though, that I found the piece more accessible and heartwarming and nostalgic than necessarily it was catchy or memorable. Whilst it's playing, you feel like you could sing along to every word, it's such an intuitive melody, but once it ends, that same melody kind of seeps out of memory a little bit. Therefore, I think this song would probably resonate more as a live anthem to be shared with the crowd than necessarily a radio hit, although I am in no doubt its sheer likability and star power will serve it very well in the charts. As with Bandmaid's song About Us, this feels more like a personal letter to the crowd, which the song's name translation, speaking of you, would also indicate and back up. It's the sort of anthem that you don't have to remember and sing in the shower every morning. Frankly, they have other songs that are more for that, I suspect. This is more to be sung in the crowd when sharing a moment as a Little GLEE Monster fan, I would say. And it's in the subtle bit of inferred context there that this piece elevates above a simple, nice little pop song and finds more heart and purpose. It's the sort of track that has meaning when coming from a long-standing artist, but may feel a bit contrived and simple from a recent debutante. It's the context you gain when you've accrued fans who are along for the ride, and you've earned the right to clock in a simple sweet thank you because you're way past needing to show off, and people have a lot of emotional value invested in you. Therefore, I don't really see this song winning any new hardcore fans to Little GLEE Monster, as from the outside it certainly is beautifully delivered and melodic, but not particularly original. However, it's a solid ballad that should be both heartwarming for fans and a nice entry into the 2021 radio circuit for more casual listeners. I had it on many times over during writing this review, and it certainly made for a very peaceful evening for me, at least. So, what is today's metaphor? Well, Kimi to ireba is a teddy bear. Yes, there may be others like it, but it is something that carries great emotional and sentimental value in the eye of the beholder. In other words, it's more effective than just simply what it's made of. So there you go, and I look forward to seeing your comments on this video because all opinions about music are subjective after all, so share yours and let's get this conversation started. A big thank you to anyone who likes or subscribes or follows any of the social medias linked in the description below. An even bigger thank you to our Patreons who of course keep this channel running because no adverts, we're not monetized, and a final special thank you to you for making it through to the end of this video. So until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these, for now, ciao ciao.